Can you tell who you are? What's your ranking in India? How long have you been
Yeah.
beatboxing? And what did make you start beatbox?
Hello, everyone. My name is Rajdip, and I'm one of the top 25 beatboxers of India in Indian Beatbox Championship 2022. So it's been like almost 2 years. Since then, there has not been any finals, so I can't tell you my present ranking. But I have won a lot of battles and I have been a vice champion in a couple of battles in Kolkata, which is a part of India. It's like a state of India. And I started beatboxing back in 2020 during the lockdown when COVID came and all.
Mm.
So I saw the video of Tom Thumb, the TEDx talk where he showed beatboxing for the first time. And I was like, damn, how is that even possible? Like, how can you create music with your mouth? I need to learn that. And it was lockdown, so I had plenty of time to invest. So I was like, let's give it a shot. Like, I don't do anything aside from my studies, so I can do beatboxing. Then I started to learn like the basics, BTK and stuff. And then I just fell in love with this art form as soon as I, got to learn more of it. And then it just came in naturally. And one of the biggest thing that helped me grow was my community, my Indian beatbox community, especially the Kolkata beatbox community. There are people like the seniors and all, like we jammed, we battled each other, and this has been a learning process until now. And I'm still learning, and I love beatboxing. That's it.
You have a very nice level. Like you have 4 years experience in beatbox, and I find your level being crazy. Can you show some of your beatbox skills? Maybe drop a routine, drop a freestyle.
All right, so I'm gonna drop a routine of mine that's called sting like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. All right. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. No.
Wow, crazy. Very nice. I love the techniques. Everything everything is crazy. Uh, I've seen you also
Okay, man.
you've been posting on Instagram some reels of your beatbox performances and even sometimes on stage. And I feel like you're a
Yeah.
very powerful beatboxer on stage.
Thank you, man. Like that's one of the things that I have been trying to do in the very starting of the beatboxing journey is that I bought a mic and a sound system. Like when I was into beatboxing for 1 year, I knew like I'm gonna do this for long, so I had to invest. So
Hmm.
I invested in a good mic and a sound system, and since then I started to practice. And so I think mic practice and mic techniques is really important if you want to be loud on stage. So that's something that you have to really keep in mind while being a beatboxer, and especially if you want to go for battles. And I enjoy battles more than like showcases,
Hmm.
so that's something I really need to do.
Insane, insane. You do trainings on microphone every day?
Not every day, I would say. I don't live on in my current home right now, so whenever I go back home, like on the weekends and stuff, I really train. And I train with the technique that I put the volume like to 50% so that I have to push even more.
Hmm.
So I put down the volume so that it won't be so loud, but I have to push it more to make it louder, so that will train my power. And this is something I like to incorporate in my trainings.
That's very interesting. I've been doing that too for my training, but I always feel like a bad beatboxer when I when I have a poor volume. So how do you deal with that?
I know. I feel the same way, but when I beatbox without the mic, I can hear my sounds. So I have to trust that what I'm doing is right. I have to believe in my skills, basically. So I have to push it and know that what I'm doing is right. So to be that confident, I have to first train it without the mic.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah. So in the first place, you train without the microphone, and then once you're confident with your techniques, you try them on the microphone, and then you know it will go fine.
Exactly, exactly. That's what I do.
Very interesting.
And what's your like mic practice? Like, what's your how do you train? How do you approach mic techniques?
I've been struggling with my technique a lot, but
Mhm.
I've learned again how to hold the microphone thanks to Weaver, who showed me how to hold properly a microphone, and it really made a difference. And in the first place, I was like beatboxing this way. I was holding my microphone very far from my mouth. Not so far, but I wasn't as close as much as I could.
Okay, okay.
No, I'm practicing by being super close, but I have to be careful because if I am too close, some sounds will collide with the microphone, like the lip basses.
Exactly.
So I have to train a lot and find the optimal position for each technique. I haven't found the perfect spot for the lip roll yet.
You have to move your like mic according to the sounds
Mm,
you do. Like,
yeah.
so whenever you're gonna do the lip rolls from this side, you have to move the mic a bit to this side in order to make it come very powerful, and then again shift it to the front, like as per the sound requires. And
Okay.
beforehand I used to train like this position, whatever you showed, and now I do like this because it creates a extra more space.
Mm,
It's the same thing that you say, like while doing or some sounds like that, it collides with the grill of the mic, the lip collides with it. So in order to eliminate that, I have to create a extra space. So this allows me to beatbox better
mm,
than this. In that way, the technicality comes out clearer because it creates a better funnel through this. But when I do this, I try to cover this up, cover this gap. So the
okay.
technicality still comes better. Not like this, it's like this.
Okay. So you think for the lip
Yeah.
rolls I should go that way? And what about the case snare? Are you doing the same thing for the case snare?
Yeah. The normal thing, like case snare, I don't move it because I don't do the case snare from the sides. I do
Mm,
it from the center. So I
okay.
don't have to.
There's something that I learned from Weaver. When I was holding my microphone, I was doing it with the finger. And in my case, it was not needed because I don't have so many nasal sounds. So I just can go this way.
Mhm.
And then I can go much louder thanks to this.
It makes you louder because like it creates a perfect funnel. It doesn't allow any empty spaces for the sound to escape. So it gives a better clarity. So for technicalities, that mic holding technique is better for sure. But if you have nasal sounds, basses and stuff, this is definitely better.
You know why I invited you in this conversation? It's mostly for the
Yeah,
clicks
I can.
techniques that you have. You're crazy about clicks and other techniques, hollow techniques, click rolls, and stuff like this. And I think you have many good techniques that you can share to our audience. We have discussed a little bit on Instagram, and you showed me one technique with the sucker punch, the throat click, the classic click, and the drag click, and it does something like this technique.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me to go fast with it. Can you explain how you came up with that technique and how you do it?
All right. So at first, big ups to Colaps and an Indian beatboxer named Wadafu. And these are two of my inspiration when it comes to clicks.
Mm,
Wadafu is one of the guys who uses throat clicks a lot. So I have taken inspiration from him and from Collabs too. And the first click technique that I ever learned was from Collabs. It was from the video of Maddox with Collabs, where he
okay,
taught a couple of his techniques. And one of his techniques was
okay,
this was the first pattern I learned.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's a click, throat click, and then a sucker punch, right?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So this is the one I got. And when I was playing with this technique, I thought that there are some empty spaces in this, and I still can fill the spaces, and I also can reverse this. Like instead of doing this, I can do.
Okay.
So when I found that, instead of doing that, I started to do the right. And then I figured out that there's still an empty space that I can fill. So I try to do that. So this is exactly how I came up with this.
Yeah, and then you go in 16th
Yeah,
note.
something like this. So this pattern composes of four sounds. The first is a normal click,
mm,
and the second is the sucker punch. We all know the sucker punch, right?
yeah.
And the third is the throat click. And here I want to mention a point. A lot of people confuses the throat click with the outward kick. So when I tell them like they do the,
Okay.
but that is not the one. I'm talking about the throat click. So we have this position of the mouth, right? So
Mm,
we have the uvula right somewhere back in this throat. We have the uvula, and from there the sound originates. We have to say the word. It's like ka ka ka, but not. It's like from the
yeah.
throat where the uvula hangs.
Yeah, kind
Exactly
of
from there.
like a bongo drum, like.
Yeah.
Mm,
We don't have to vocalize that. We have to remove the vocalization.
yeah,
That and the dry kick. The dry kick is very popular. Like it's almost like saying the word da da da, but without vocalizing it.
yeah.
Da da da. And we can
Okay.
modify and modulate the sound by changing the position of our lips, like
Mm,
right. Yeah. So when we mix those four sounds, it forms a proper loop,
yeah,
which is not very difficult to keep going. It's like kind of easy. Like we keep these loops, right? The tikake tikakes.
yeah.
So it's like a loop. Like
And sucker punch marks the beat, right?
yeah,
So what's
uh,
difficult for me with this technique is that I can hardly roll it. Like you can go super fast, but I can go very fast with it. Like, how do you deal with that? The speed and the power of this technique.
there's only one secret, and that's practice. And I've
Yeah.
been doing this technique for over like 1.5 years now. So in the beginning, I also struggled a lot, but right now it's almost like in my muscle memory. I can do it almost anytime. So it comes with practice. You have to practice it. You have to push it. It's like with any techniques in beatboxing. Like it's gonna be difficult in the beginning. Like
Mm,
it's gonna be like you're gonna get stuck at some point, but it's
yeah.
not gonna be that loud. Maybe the click is loud, but the dry kick is not as loud. Maybe there's like volume difference between the each element of the sound. So we have to focus on that and train it. Like do it a million times.
And there
That's the
is a
key.
lot of
Actually.
resistance in the beginning.
Yeah, there is.
I can barely go faster than this.
Yeah, and also you can eliminate the sucker punch and do
Oh,
just remove the sucker.
okay.
Yeah,
Very interesting one.
you can also you can also train that. It's
Yeah.
almost like a horse.
Yeah, you can go very fast with it. My question was how fast can you go with that four-stroke technique?
Something like this.
Yeah.
So in the second pattern, what I'm doing is like
Yeah. Okay. So if we break
something
it
like this.
down, we have sucker punch, then click, throat click, then dry kick, then a click, then throat click, right? Dry kick, then seventh sound is dry kick, and then again a throat click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the one.
And how do you insert this pattern in beats? Sometimes I think you can remove the sucker punch and use it instead with a kick or a snare. So you can do, for example, is there any other thing that you can go with to implement it in your beats? that that last technique is the Woodpecker technique from Colaps, right?
Yeah, this is from Colaps.
Yeah, you implemented this technique in house music, and I heard you have a beat in which you insert these clicks, and you have snares going. Yeah, that one. You have accents on the snares doing. That's very
Yeah.
nice. What's the pattern for that?
It's like adding just a outward K in front of the whole pattern. Instead of doing, it's like
Oh. That?
ha. Yeah. You can make the accents on the outward K, like
So is that right?
yeah, that's
Okay.
right. But we have to do it very fast.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing these techniques. You did the Woodpecker
Yeah, my
technique.
pleasure.
Can you share your thoughts about this technique and how you do it? It's composed of two sounds, right? It's a dry kick and a throat kick.
Exactly. You have to train this. Something like this. So you have to train it and make the muscles. It's all about making the muscles of the throat click stronger. Like when we first do the spit snare, like so we have to do the kiss techniques and make this all muscles powerful enough to do it very fast. So with the woodpecker technique, it's the same. So you have to make the dry kick very strong and the throat click very strong as well. It's like
my mind want to make sextuplets with it for some reasons. Like
I don't use it very much because it's a signature style of Colaps. So I try to integrate it within some patterns, not to do it solely as a thing. Like I don't do that. I won't because it's mostly of Colaps. So people will call the bite. So I was like, something like this. So I incorporate these patterns. I play with it. I do the permutations and combinations.
Do you
Yeah, this one was
sometimes in 30 seconds note? Like yeah, tac 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 tac. Can you do this kind of rhythm with that technique? I emphasize the first beat, like
something like this, right?
That's it.
You're putting the pressure on the first dry kick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this way you
Yeah.
can go very fast because it's even faster than sextuplets, and sextuplets already sound fast, you know.
Yeah. You can also like add various sounds like
Yeah.
so training with the normal B and PF, it becomes like a a known pattern like a lot of beatboxer knows. Like
Yeah.
so it's like you can use this pattern to train. Like it's a very good pattern for beginners if they want to train this.
Yeah, I think this is a good pattern because it's not too complicated to Persian
Yeah.
sounds. Like and you have room to go faster with it, like but after sometimes it becomes a bit hard for me.
Yeah, you can also
Faster.
train it like
Is it that beat? Yeah, that's very hard.
yeah.
Yeah, slowly. Or I will try to go faster. When I try to go faster, I lose so much power.
You have to put a lot of pressure into the sounds to make it loud. Like, so you have to like keep your muscles very tight. Like, you know, while Colaps do the speed snare, is something like this.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. So he has trained these muscles. So he controls the speed snare through this. He uses a physics here. Like he uses
Yeah.
the power of these muscles. So in order to do that too, you have to like.
Okay, so that's the same thing for as the speed snare. Okay.
I won't say that it's like the same thing, but I would say like in the mechanism of drawing more power to the sound is the same. Like what Collapse does while doing the speed snare, he uses these muscles. So while doing that, you can also use these muscles. You can use the same power generating technique to
Okay.
control and modulate the sounds. So the power comes from here. For me, it's here. I don't know, the anatomy might be different for other people, but for me, I do it personally through the neck. I control it from there.
So you think that engaging the muscles, like contracting the muscles, really help giving more energy to the sound?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Yes. Now you can counter Collapse, like you have almost mastered it. I used to train this pattern. My dream was to be able to do this. First, when I tried to do the clicks, my only goal was to like, I need to do this pattern from Collapse. This is so sick. So that was my motivation to learn this.
I understand. Okay, so that's why you grinded so hard and you got it. You finally got it.
Yeah, it took me 1.5 years though, but yeah, right now I can do it properly almost. Not as good as him, but yeah, something similar.
Yeah, 1 year and a half. It took
Yeah.
for you 1 year and a half to get it.
Not to get it, to master it and make
Yeah,
it loud on
master it.
stage.
Yeah, okay. that's amazing.
So yeah, that was the thing. Thank you, man. I have watched every single possible tutorials on YouTube for this, including yours and anything. I'm almost at the verge of getting it, but I'm still not getting it. I know the tooth position, I know the tongue position, I know the entire physics behind this sound, but I can't get this sound.
Maybe for training the tooth whistle, try to do it slowly, like try just to inhale with the position and not try to do like take it slowly. But you know what's very interesting with this sound is that when I got it, it just passed from 0 to 1. Like I didn't have it. I was training it like for more than a year. I've tried even other positions like Skuya's position, that one. Then I kept going the tooth whistle way. But when I was doing it with the same position, I was in the same case as you. Like I couldn't do the sound, and I just kept going, kept doing, and it came out like. And I got it once, and I just didn't stop doing it. I had 1 hour drive, so I just kept for the whole hour. I was.
Yeah, how you are doing it? You totally memorized the mouth position and the tongue position when it started to come out. Like you totally memorized it, like exactly how it's coming out, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know the physics about whistles. It's very mysterious for me and for most of people, I guess. Yeah, it's all about the muscle memory because you know a tiny change in your mouth and you lose the whistle. But the human body is crazy because he can replicate each time. I don't need to think about it anymore. Like I can do it whenever I want. Just like you with the clicks techniques. It's all about the muscle.
Especially the way Pac Max like uses it. He can like modulate in so many ways. Pac Max, then Buki Blanco.
Yeah, I think Pac-Mac's technique is different from tooth whistle. Uh, if people are talking about the train technique, but yeah, he has the tooth whistle that he uses in the house track, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's cool.
like he can do very fast pattern. I can't do the patterns, but
Who is your top three beatboxers or top two beatboxers when it comes to tooth whistle?
I think Abo Ice is very good with it because he can do it very tightly. You know? He uses the pluck technique of the tooth whistle, like like this. It's not the same thing as you will trigger it like the Chung Bao sound, like, and he can do it right after a case snare, like, which is super hard to do. Very hard for me. Maybe the second beatboxer has to be, I don't know, probably Buki Blanco or Pac Max, because Pac Max can do crazy fast patterns with it. Very hard to do. Like, I use a lot the tooth whistle now in my beats, like. But I don't use it in very fast patterns like Pac Max or Buki Blanco does it with a hi-hat technique, and it does something like, which is a very interesting technique too. Pac Max and Buki Blanco are very good with it. There's another French beatboxer that is not really well known. It's Dem and Bass, and he can pitch it very high, like. And it does scratch with it. It's crazy.
Sick. That's sick. In your tooth whistle, you vocalize it, right? Slightly.
Yeah. I've learned it from Ziatsu. In Colaps video. I don't remember which video it was, but maybe the latest sound that you learned or something like this. And I heard Ziatsu doing this sound. I was mind blown. I really love that sound. And so, I was inspired by it, and it didn't take much effort for me to vocalize it because I had the tooth whistle. I just added voice, and I didn't face any problems. And I know some beatboxers have trouble vocalizing the sound.
Right. It's just adding another layer to the harmony of the whistle, right?
Yeah,
with the same pitch almost.
No, I'm not using the same pitch. Like I'm doing. I didn't even calculate the pitch I was using. I just naturally did that, and it was similar to Ziatsuitan's sound.
Okay.
But I can pitch the voice, like, and do different harmonies, maybe. And yeah. So
interesting.
I even tried once to understand which harmonies I was doing. I found out that I was doing a certain pitch with the tooth whistle, and usually the voice was a ninth over the fundamental note of the whistle. Okay. So it creates kind of a dissonant harmony. Some people told me they didn't like that much the vocalized sound I was doing. Because the harmony was weird, but when I showed them another harmony, they said it was better sound. But I personally like it this way.
Get it. That's actually very interesting sound. Like I have heard this in your depths of work, right? It's depths of work.
It's not in depths of work. It's in a track called Race, which does. Yeah, that's not depths of work.
Is it GBB wildcard?
It's my Florida Beatbox Battle wildcard.
Oh, it was the Florida. So what one? Oh,
yeah. That's the GBB,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have found a pattern of doing this, like.
Oh. So you do inverted case first, or? Okay, yeah, very interesting one. Yeah, you can do it with the...
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I never thought about this, actually. Nice finding.
This technique of yours, like I have tried to play with it, like
Wow.
something like this.
So crazy. Yeah, you have very good variations, and I definitely love your pattern. I don't know what you're doing actually, but
Let me break it down.
and don't you have one with just K-snare and BDBs? Yeah.
Something like this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And my inward K snare is also a lot inspired by helium. It's not the regular K snare, it's
Yeah.
like the KCH.
Yeah, it creates so much more power to the beats. I have it a little bit, but it's hard for me to use it in fast patterns. In my opinion, I prefer definitely this KCH snare. It sounds so much more full, so much fuller.
Yeah.
Very nice. You showed me also some click roll and hollow lip oscillation technique, like, and you have also a technique with the tri kick and the click roll. Can you show your beats with these techniques?
Basically, it's composed of two sounds. So we know the normal click roll, right? So we use that air from our lungs. So we have to stop using any air. So we have to stop using our lungs. So just from the air of our mouth, we have to do the click roll. It sounds like an inward OD bass. Yours.
Yeah, I was doing it hollow, I think, like, but okay, no hollow.
No hollow. And then add a dry kick. And then the dry kick.
It rolls. Wow. I don't know why my mouth just wants to do it hollow. So what's the pattern? It's like
It's much more harder than. Yeah.
yeah, very hard. Wow, I don't know why. I think it's the click roll without air, like.
So don't hollow your throat. I think you're hollowing it and
Yeah.
making it like an inward body bass. So don't do it. So instead of using the air from the lungs, like do it like just a friction. Try to make a friction, like
Okay.
yeah, something like that. But first, do the normal click roll, like with air. Do it. Now try to keep the same texture, but try to do it without any air. Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Yeah, very hard. Like for me, are you doing your click roll on the side or on the middle?
Middle.
Yeah, that's why you can combine the dry kick with the Yeah, because I do my click roll on the side.
Ah, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. So yeah. But I can do the click roll on the middle. So. Okay. It's better, yeah.
Yeah. You're getting it. You're getting it. It's all about making your tongue muscle very strong. Your tongue has to work like this.
Yeah, it's like lip roll, but with the tongue.
Yeah,
Same
exactly.
concept as the.
But this is way harder than the.
Yeah, yeah, because the lip roll is hummable, like. While it's not.
Right, exactly. This is the main pattern. So over it, what I do is like.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's for build-ups, like we can hear the kicks or. So yeah, very good for the build-ups, and all of your buttons are very nice. Just train the muscle memory and be more comfortable with technicality in general. Like it's a whole world. Yeah. It's a whole world. The clicks and the hollow techniques. That's crazy. Definitely so much mastery.
Thank you, man. You know, the inspiration came from Colaps for the clicks. And before that, I used to do like only basics from Helium. Like I used to follow all of his videos. And LM, you know, the Work Your Beatbox playlist? Yeah. Where like all those stuffs. I used to hardcore train. So all these hi-hats and stuff. So basics is something that I love. Like technicality basics like Zero, Helium, LM. Like I love technicalities. So basics is something I go for. And recently I'm doing clicks, and I'm also trying to learn some bases and some vocal techniques like polyphonic and stuff, so that I can be a little musical. If I don't use any musical elements, it's gonna be like only percussions. So only percussions are not very good to hear, right? Especially the beatbox scene is moving at a fast pace. So if you only do basics and technicalities, you're gonna be left behind because the others are gonna do some structure routines. So you need to bring routines and structure and something like that can cater to battle audience as well as the normal audience. That's the thing.
Yeah, you need to be polyvalent on like a complete beatboxer. You need to have great basics, power, but also musicality, so the general audience enjoys your music and it is more accessible.
Especially how River does it, like he is opening another dimension of musicality with technicality. Like all of his beatbox battles are like, damn, like the arpeggios that he does, the vocal control he has over some of the sounds and stuff, like, and he can also do some killer technicalities that's like very hard.
Yeah, River so, is like, I feel he's a bit underrated in terms of techniques. Like he's very good musician. His compositions are crazy, very good musicality, arpeggios, harmonies, structure. He's one of the best for sure. But he can also do crazy freestyles. Like he performed a showcase at the German Beatbox Championships in 2023, I think. It was crazy. Like it's 25 minutes of freestyle. 25 minutes of freestyle. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I saw the video. It was damn.
He's a little bit less precise than Colaps, but he's definitely one of the most technical beatboxers I've heard since ages.
Yeah, that's true. Colaps is another breed. Like he's untouchable right now, man. He's like the precision. He's really precise.
I feel like the only one who can compete with Colaps is Dilo. He's very varied in his beatbox. Have you seen the video Impossible Challenge by Dilo? Like you can remove sounds from Dilo, and he's able to do new stuff and always surprising stuff, even if you remove his signature sounds, because he has so many signature sounds. And in this video, we felt that Colaps and Weaver were more fragile on that on that aspect. They have a strong identity, and if you remove them these identity sounds, it becomes hard to
Yeah,
make them. While Dilo is super versatile.
versatile. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially for collapse, if you remove the spit snare and some of the clicks, like he will feel a little resistance, but he can still
yeah,
work his way through because he's very experienced. But Dilo, and also one thing I want to say about Dilo is like he is not a very traditional beatboxers, like the technical beatboxers we do tkk pk tkk and all
yeah,
these patterns. He doesn't use all that very much. His technicality is very much into his original zone. Like he does his zippers, his clicks, something like this and stuff. Like he has his own definition of technicality,
yeah,
like with his own sounds. Like that is not what others do. Like if we take the best technical beatboxers like Helium, Zero, LM, like they have something in common, like something. These are the elements which are similar, but when you listen to Dilo, you won't hear these patterns repeating.
yeah.
Even with Collapse, he uses a lot of TKKPK, BDB TKKPK, and all this. But Dilo has his own set of originality and own set of technicality.
That's a very interesting point right here. He has his own basics. It's true. We never hear Dilo doing. It's yeah, it's crazy. He has his own set of sounds, and that's crazy. And lately, I've been watching Exalos too. I feel like he has his own basics. He has amazing techniques. It's just crazy how the beatbox scene is evolving. I feel like he's in the next 2 3 years, he will be a GBB competitor for sure.
Definitely, definitely. Just like Abu Ice, he came out of nowhere
Mm.
for the first time in the GBB, and it's the top four of GBB. So, like, beatbox is like spreading very fast and in a very lightning speed, I would say.
Yeah. I've been beatboxing for 10 years. I have dealt with a lot of struggles like timing struggles, pitching struggles. So I had to work on that for years to be in a competitive level in France. But sometimes I feel like I'm no more a new school beatboxer, even if I'm still in the new generation, of French beatboxers. But yeah,
Mm.
I feel that, but I'm not taking it as a failure. I'm not telling to myself, "Oh, I'm so bad" or stuff like this. It just pushes me to learn new things and become even better. I
Mm.
think in France, I feel that many beatboxers are in a closed circle. They are giving techniques to each other and supporting themselves each other. But in France and Europe, but there are so many interesting things to learn from American beatboxers, South American beatboxers, India, Japan, Asian beatboxers, African beatboxers. There are so many things to learn from them, even Australian beatboxing. Every culture, every country has its own way of beatboxing, and it's super interesting to watch and to learn from.
Exactly. Especially if you see the beatboxers from Korea and Japan, they're like funky, groovy beatboxers.
Yeah,
They're chill and also does technicality, but they're more into
yeah,
like funk, some jazz stuff like this. And French beatboxers are more like power,
yeah.
technicality, hard combos and stuff. Like this is French beatboxers
Mm,
from what I perceive.
yeah.
I've seen a lot of French beatboxers like Joulard, and there's another guy called. He's very clean.
Synopsis.
Ailmite, right?
Oh, I'll might. Yeah.
I love his beatboxing. He's so clean.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
I really like your stuff. You are
Thank you.
very clean. I have heard probably your elims in the French beatbox. Like,
Yeah.
it was against Zuma,
Seizuma.
right?
Yeah.
Uh, how do you do the spits now? Like multiple, like
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Normal speed snare, and then you do a hi-hat while doing the speed snare, like a hummable outward hi-hat. Mm. You slide the hi-hat with the speed snare position. Like, it's like doing, you know.
can you see my tongue position, lip position? Like I do spits now. Like, can I
Yeah.
do that? Like, is it
Yeah,
possible?
I
I
think
will
it's
be able to.
possible. You have to do, yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then you try to do it as closely as possible. single speed snare, then you slide it with the hi-hat, and then it's a kiss. So it's not a real triple speed snare. It's kiss hi-hat.
Yeah. So what did you say? Like it's like almost doing a BTK, like the.
It's like what? Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And then you can do an additional speed snare, like to do. You can also do it with the PTK. It's harder for me. Like, because the first speed snare doesn't have attack anymore. Actually, you should do, when you're doing PTK, you should do a normal speed snare. And then you slide it in. So it's no more humming. It's no more hummable. But the first speed snare has to be hummable. I prefer doing the, which is cleaner for me. For example, I like using it in hip hop, like. And then, yeah, you can use it with the outward K snare to do.
That's sick. I can't do that. I'm so jealous.
I'm jealous of your clicks.
Since I can't do the multiple spit snare, I do. It's like a BDB. Yeah. And I've also tried to make this pattern out of it. It's like.
Wow.
It's like.
Very complex.
Yeah, it's complex.
And you can also use the speed snares in trap, like in.
Whoa, that multiple spit snare is like very precise. I saw a reel of your like something like this with
Yeah.
it was 2 days back.
What I was there was a pattern that I used to train the multiple speed snares. You know, you can do that with the double speed snares and do or you can even go further by doing in double speed snare, like.
Damn. That's sick. So
you.
many spit snare attacking all at once.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's so
That's
many
great.
speed snares. And yeah, or what you can do is like the TKKs. You can do like it's like the Colaps technique, like.
Yeah.
But with the double, like. It's hard to get precise with it, but.
Oh la la.
No, it starts to hurt when you're doing too much.
Yeah. You know the routine of Colaps called No Light.
Yeah.
In that routine, he uses
Yeah.
he uses exactly same thing, like for us, just a little part, something like this.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it, but I think he's doing the PTK technique, because the third stroke he does is a speed snare, like. That's so tight what he does. Yeah.
Exactly. It's very, very tight.
Very tight. There's a pattern that I like with the triple speed snares. You know, I can do.
I know.
But I like to contrast it with the and do. And I can even go further, because I can replace the with the. It's compatible because the
Oh my god.
is a rim shot, and I can do.
Yeah. Sick, sick. That's pretty sick.
Thank you.
I love speed snare too, but I can't do all these multiple ones. Like I can do like
You have that ABX roll, right? I can't do it.
you know the
Sound.
sleazer roll. You know how to do the sleazer roll.
Yeah, a little bit.
From the people that knows how to do the sleazer roll, personally I cannot do it. But what they have told me, like just do the sleazer roll and try to bring your upper lip, something like this, and do it.
Yeah, and,
And try to
your cheek is is vibrating,
yeah.
right?
I personally can't do the sleazer roll, but when someone can do the sleazer roll, it becomes easier for them.
I don't understand how it can create a vibration on the cheek.
You have to modulate your tongue. You have to change the tongue position, like the tip of your tongue. Try to bring it in front of your canine. Sound comes from here.
But I can't sleazer roll in that position.
Then you have to modulate your tongue. Julard can do this, right?
Yeah. You're getting the polyphonic. Nice.
Just a little. Before getting the polyphonic, I was doing this variation of the chest bass. It's like a falsetto with the chest bass.
Yeah. Can you do it with the synth sound? Like.
I can do the Tunisino one.
Oh. Nice. Yeah, you should use it more in your routines. This can add a melodic aspect to your beatbox.
Oh yeah, by melody, I remember something. Like you have uploaded a tutorial of the, the
lip
Gene
oscillations.
Shinazaki. I can't do the lip oscillation, but I don't know. I don't know why when I bring the tongue, then I can do it.
Oh yeah.
But I can't do it without the tongue. I don't know why.
Like Zeka, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice with the tongue, actually. Sometimes I feel it's cleaner than the lips. So I think there is no wrong way. And you can even do it with the kick, tongue kick, like. You have the last pattern that you could share. It is a fast click pattern with sucker punch and sound, I think, like it was something like this, but you had clicks inside it. Oh, can you break it down? What is that pattern?
Yeah. Now this is very difficult. Like this is the extreme difficulty, I can say.
Okay.
Like it takes a lot of your lung modulation. Like the Reeps one.
Yeah.
He can do all these drags. So you have to be very precise with your breath control. So it's like
Okay.
something
Man,
like this.
that's so fast. It's I think that's a 30 seconds note pattern. Right? And you're just looping it and modulating with the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you have to be very tight on the clicks. Okay.
More than the clicks, I would say here the most essential part is the sucker punch. You have
Okay.
to be very precise on the sucker punch. You have to make it as a lever, like in a seesaw, there's a lever, right? So that supports the entire seesaw. So here in this beat, the sucker punch acts as that lever, which
Okay.
helps you balance the first and the second part. So you have to, kind of rely on the sucker punch for the inhalation.
Mm.
Else you're gonna run out of breath.
Okay.
And also, this is a pattern which you can't do it for a long period of time. You have to do it for a particular segment because it demands a lot of breath.
For the circle punch, you are taking as less air as possible, I guess. It's just mostly
Trying to make it sharp.
I struggle making it powerful.
Yeah.
What would you say to people who have a weak sucker punch?
The first is training it and then train it with a pattern train with patterns like similar patterns.
Yeah, I haven't trained a lot my sucker punch, but I'm using the variation of helium, and I'm definitely more comfortable with that.
Is it like
Yeah, that's it.
it's like
Yeah.
not like it's like it's like a
Yeah, that's it.
Now try doing this.
Yeah.
Now you can try this.
Yeah, and there's a build-up that I like. It's like all of this is transposable to the circle punch, like.
Yeah, exactly that one. Like, you have heard probably Alexinho do a lot of sucker punch, especially against that last second round. Oh my god, that was nuts.
I think he used hollow click as well, like the something like this. Yeah, with the sucker punch, like. So, and about that last pattern, what kind of beats can you do with this pattern?
You can do like basic hip hop beats, like. Something like this.
Wow.
I will try to incorporate in various styles and stuff and see where it goes, because it's not very easy to put in a routine because it's very intensive.
I think you can implement it in your routines by just doing some very quick fillers, like in technical parts in which there are many things going on. You just try to make a break, like it can happen once or twice in a 4 bars or 8 bars segment, like something like this.
Yeah, I will definitely do that as a filler, as a surprise element, right?
Yeah, and not as a main thing.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Got it.
What would you say to someone who wants to improve his techniques as a beatboxer?
All right. So first of all, I would like to say make your basics strong. Like that's the fundamentals. Like You have to be able to do that in a very fluid way. Just train it. And the best playlist that you can find for training any basics is LM Work Your Beatbox. Go on YouTube and search for LM Work Your Beatbox. There is also a lot of videos by Nazca. You can search it on Lyrebird. A lot of cheat sheet that he provides. That those are really awesome, especially for rhythm, understanding rhythms and all. But if you just want to train sounds like the snares and the hi-hats, you can just go to the LM Work Your Beatbox playlist on YouTube and really follow that, because that's something that really helped me a lot during my beginning phase. I still train those videos once or twice a week. I really love training through those videos. And also, once you're done with your basics, like you can like flow a little bit, you can use those sounds. You can also watch Helium's tutorial on the drum and basses. Like he has a lot of patterns on YouTube, and he really writes down in subtitles all those patterns. You can literally sit down with a pattern and train it. Use a metronome. That's very important for flow, because you can do a lot of sounds, but if you're not in rhythm, if you're not using those sounds to create music, it's just going to be another random sound. So we have to be able to convert those sounds in a tunnel and create it through music, right? So music is the ultimate goal. So beatbox is like 60 to 70% music and 20 to 30% sports. The sports aspect is like to train like an athlete, like to train a pattern, to train a sound until it's like very loud and clear. Like that's what I love. So people who loves battle loves training, and there are also beatboxers who loves just presenting themselves as an artist. Like I would say beatboxers like Gene Shinozaki, he can put on a very good show with beatboxing and instruments. But there are beatboxers like Colaps who would go hardcore like battle. So you have to find your style, see what resonates with you, freestyle a lot with a metronome or with music, like any random music, whatever the music you like if you love DNB, just type DNB on YouTube or Spotify. There's going to be a lot of DNB tracks, and just try to do the drums. Just train it like to the point like it becomes natural. People goes to the gym like to make the bicep chest, so you have to train a muscle to get it in shape. Just it's the same with beatboxing. The more you repeat a sound, the more you do it and more you just train it, it becomes clear for you. So you don't have to think twice before how to do a kiss pattern with a spit snare. It's going to be normal for you because you have trained it so much. So that's some of the tips I would like to give. Like focus on your basics, watch the tutorials and the practice beats of Helium, LM, and also Nazca. And yeah, just flow, just find your style. And beatbox, you don't have to be under certain rules. There is no hard and fast rule with beatboxing. It's just like any art form. Let your creativity flow. But also, if you're looking for going professional and entering into a battle, just make a 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour slot in a day and train in that period of time. Just block away all of the distraction. Just watch those videos or turn on the metronome and just practice. Let your creativity flow and just find your style. That's what I would like to say.
Excellent advice. I can only agree with all of this advice. I like your approach of considering beatbox as 70% music and 30% sports, because yeah, that's the way I like performing and practicing beatbox. Taking it as a sport, like fighting sports, it's about performance, but you have to keep the musical approach of beatbox. It's if you don't have music, is as you said, if it's not in timing, it doesn't make any sense, because this is the foundations of beatbox. It's music before everything.
Also, one thing I would like to add is just practice with mic. If you really want to go into a battle and don't want to sound low and want to sound powerful, you have to train it with a mic. Like that's one of the best pieces of advices that I would like to give is just buy a mic and buy an amplifier, guitar, anything, a sound box, or you can also go to a studio, like any jamming studio, and with your friends and go practice and try to get into a community, because a community will help you grow. Because if you're alone in a room, you're going to think that you are the best. Once you go out in the field and see how many greatest beatboxers are there, you're going to feel like, damn, I have to improve. So you have to be able to collaborate with people and have that learning attitude. Be a student. You're a student of a lifetime. So you have to be able to listen to the people who are better than you, so that you can take inspiration and knowledge and improve your beatboxing. Take feedbacks in each and every step. After a battle, go to the judge and ask, like, what should I have done better? What could I have added so that I would have won it or passed the elimination? Just go ask for feedbacks, because everyone loves to give feedbacks, and That's how you grow, basically.
Thank you for all this amazing advice. Yeah, I can only agree with asking feedbacks to the judges. This is very mandatory when you compete, when you perform. So yeah, this can only put yourself in the right direction. Maybe for the last thing, you can drop a freestyle or another routine that you would like to share.
So we can go back and forth. Like you start, I carry,
Oh, yeah.
and then I.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, we can do a mini circle jam. Okay. Such a nice flow. Okay. Flow. Wow, crazy combos. Wow, so crazy in clicks. Okay, I'm gonna try clicks too.
Sick.
Thank you.
All right, let's do some drill.
Okay.
Can I feel it?
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. I'm not so used to drill.
Hit you with the grime.
Wow, very nice drill. Grime, sorry. Very nice grime.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I wanted to try something. Ah. Okay.
Wow.
It's Snare.
I
First
like
try.
that.
I thank you.
That's sick. Nice. Nah.
Oh, that was so nice. Oh, I love that whistle beat, and then you went to grime with it. So nice.
Yeah. And I'm trying something with the double voice in the drum and bass. So I wanna make
Yeah.
you listen to the pattern. It's very hard to do the double voice
Yeah. You do it inward.
with the percussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a fusion of two different pitches. Like there's a crack. You can also try to learn the outward double voice. I can do the outward, so
Mhm.
but I can do something. This one you have to reverse it. If you can reverse the pitch, which I can't,
Mhm.
something like
Yeah.
there's a minute crack which you can find, and if you can train the crack, that's the double voice basically. What are the bases that you do or you can do?
Yeah, I can do the smile bass. I can do the many lip oscillations. Fart bass, lip rolls,
Now vocal.
vocal bass. I have the throat bass. I have the vibration bass. Chest bass. And recently I tried to learn the Starsky bass. But it's still a weak sound. I can't use it on microphone yet. I have inward basses.
Airy one, airy inward bass.
Airy, yeah.
I have something like this.
Your inward bass is nice. It sounds like a chest inward bass, but I'm not so comfortable with vocal basses.
Same here, same here. Like I have similar. Like I think you and me are like belong to a similar spectrum of beatboxers who can find peace and comfortability in the basics and percussions, but
Yeah.
basses are a little uncomfortable for now.
Yeah.
But we can train it anyway.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think in my next sessions, I have so many sounds to train, so many techniques that I really don't know which one to go. Because I feel like a single technique takes so much time to train. So maybe I'll do myself some challenges, but I would like to lean on the clicks techniques that you do. I really want to improve that. But of course, basses would be very nice to train for me as well. It will enhance my beatbox and diversify my whole beatbox. What are the things that you will work on in the next month?
Then
And maybe musicality?
yeah, I will try to improve my throat bass. Like to able to do the transition from throat voice to normal voice. Stuff like that. Then I want to improve my voice singing probably a little bit because I'm not a singer. So I just want to stay on pitch. Like I just want to be able to sing just for beatboxing, not as a singer, like so that I can make little musical routines. I can sing along and that won't hurt people in the ears. Like, oh my God, that's a bad singing, not like that.
Same for me actually. Yeah, definitely same goal for me, pitch wise.
Yeah, I just want to be able to like work on more something like this kind of text with the throat lick. Like I just want to explore and let's see what happens.
Wow.
Brass.
I love that sound. I really would like to have that sound, but I need a better throat bass. I love this sound, definitely. It's one of my favorite sounds in beatbox that I like listening to. And there are not so many beatboxers who use it. So definitely go for that in your track.
Yeah. There's a Reverie that uses it and B-Art, right?
Yeah.
Whose brass bass do you like the most?
I like Reverse. And my friend Takoda has a nice brass too. He doesn't do much battles, but I used to train with him a lot. And yeah, he can do guitar and brass sounds, and that's lovely. I love it.
Wow, that's great.
I also love Bass Ventura's brass, but it's not a throat bass. It's more like a chest bass, but his one is crazy. Maybe the craziest one.
That's for sure. He's like the godfather of bass.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's my brace. It's it's disgusting.
That's fine. Like you're gonna improve up the tech.
Yeah.
You have to focus on something. Like if you wanna sound like river, you have to make vibration in two ways. First,
Mm,
the one coming from the
mm.
throat bass, oh, oh.
Yeah.
And one vibration you have to feel the resonance of here. You have to take the vibration from here and travel it through the mouth and make it vibrate between here.
Mm.
There will be two vibrations.
But I feel my throat bass is too high. I will need to hit lower notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not warmed up vocally, so that's why I struggle as well.
So when you find it, you have to keep two vibration, the throat bass coming from the throat, and also it will vibrate here between the teeth and the lips. So you have to make this vibration resonate here, in between here. That's how you get the reverb like texture.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have a nice thing.
You know Sashe? Do you know Sashe?
Yeah. Amazing.
He does this.
Okay.
It's like yeah.
Yeah, there's a little voice crack.
Yeah, there will be a subharmonic. That's the fundamental. Like you have to make this vibration vibrate right from the teeth and the lip and from the throat. So combining all this in a very good proportion, you get the texture of that bass or the synth, whatever.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for so many advice. The video will have so much value. It would be amazing.
I'm glad.
I think it will be a 1 hour video, like a podcast, you know.
Yeah.
It would be excellent. Thank you for your time again.
But I don't think like people will watch because they don't know me.
It's fine. Yeah, I think the most motivated people will stay till the end. Even if it's a few beatboxers, even if it's 1, 5, or 10 beatboxers, I would already be happy that it reaches people till the end.
Same.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. It was a real pleasure to share this moment with Rajdip from India.
So thank you, Nazca, for having me. It was really nice sharing those insights and having a good conversation about beatbox. So thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you you for watching. See you next time.
Peace.
Okay.